Conservative Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, spoke to Dan Walker on BBC Breakfast on Monday morning to give advice on how to avoid the spread of COVID-19 over Christmas. Having recently suggested compulsory vaccines could be in place for NHS staff, Walker suggested a simpler solution could be to bring in mandatory face masks. Walker spoke to the Conservative MP about the new £6 billion pledge to the NHS and took the opportunity to address the current state of the COVID-19 pandemic. Javid assured viewers the UK will be able to enjoy a normal Christmas, but Walker expressed concerns with the government's stance on face masks. He said, "The evidence suggests that when it's not mandatory, far fewer people actually wear it. If you are trying to be cautious, you've just said the virus is still out there. Why is that not something the government could simply say, we think you should do this in this situation?" Finally, he pressed Javid, "Surely that's a step that's quite simple to impose, isn't it?" Although face masks were made compulsory in some public spaces, such as shops and restaurants, the government has shifted their stance following a successful vaccination drive. Javid explained their stand on face coverings has shifted from mandating to guidance. He commented, "We made a decision back in July, when we took the so-called Step 4 decision, to move from mandation when it came to certain measures, including face masks, to guidance. We also said in our winter plan that we would keep these measures under review," he explained. "If it was necessary to take further action then we would do so. So it's something that we keep under review at all times." The health secretary went on to give some further advice on staying safe over winter. He reminded viewers, there is, of course, things that we can do, whether it's, where appropriate, to wear a face mask, or hand hygiene. Or keep taking tests as well, especially if you're going to meet your elderly friends or relatives who are more vulnerable. However, several viewers weren't convinced by the Tory MP's advice, with many taking to Twitter to criticize the government's stance on masks. James Franey tweeted, "The only reason at Sajid Javid and the rest of the Conservatives don't want to introduce mandatory masks even just for transport, is they know it could affect Boris's popularity and therefore potential votes." And at Do Preston said, "Sajid Javid is sitting there, listing all the things that work to keep COVID under control, one of which is face masks, yet he refuses to say they should be worn. I'd love to believe Sajid Javid when he says we will have a normal Christmas," wrote Callum Thompson. "I am just struggling to believe him with the current statistics as we head into winter." While Javid refused to commit to mandatory masks, he did express hopes for a compulsory vaccine for NHS staff. "We've yet to make a final decision," he confirmed. "But if you're asking me, is that something I'm minded to do, yes I am." He explained a mandatory vaccine would protect those more likely to come into contact with the virus, urging some 5 million people in the UK who have yet to be vaccinated to receive their first jab.